Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today for your Wednesday, it's going to be the March cheese compilation for March 2020. If you're stuck at home and wanting some cheese, today is your lucky day. Holy smokes, it's a team killer. This replay is just labeled what, and it was selected by most of my screeners. Thanks again to my screeners, Don, Jim, Sniper, and Stefan this month. Couldn't have done it without you. And yeah, we're going to start out with Homestuck killing his teammate Sushi in the bottom right-hand corner of Divergence. Trab, the Terran player, he's purple, and Bad player, his teammate, who is Protoss, and Blue have no idea about this. Sushi is not responding to this. Sushi? I'm in Sushi's viewpoint right now, and he's just doing normal stuff, man. And what? And then he kind of tries to run his probes out. And then they work together to go worker rush. But what? Why? What does this do? Why would they take the time to kill this Nexus? I am absolutely confuzzled by this whole thing. It makes sense. The name of this replay is what? So, Homestuck and Sushi seem to have a pre-made plan here where they decided what they were going to do is work. Oh, man. There was a second there where there was not a wall. Like, a very brief second. I don't know if they're getting through this is the problem. You make anything at all, like maybe a single cannon up here would be incredible. Here comes the repair. And this is not going to work. This is how you shut down a worker rush, by the way, is you wall off as Terran and then just repair. Because you can repair faster than the SCVs can kill it, I think. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, because the repair brings you inside sometimes. Look at the micro on display by Trab here. He's like, okay, so now it's done. Thank goodness for that. And now the repair. And there's the GG from Homestuck. And Bad Player and Trab are your winners. Both of them have no idea what actually happened down here, wherein for some reason the players decided we're going to kill the Nexus first and then go for the worker rush. Dude, if you had just gone, I think you might just win, to be honest with you. If you just worker rush, there's a good chance you just straight up win there. I don't know. I don't know what that was. It was extraordinarily confusing. Sometimes that's what happens with cheese. So welcome to the cheese compilation, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your stay. Let's go on to game number 2. Vindicator and Protoss here on World of Sleepers. Top right, Vindicator with a Kerrigan spinning logo. He's red and he's Protoss. And in the bottom left, it is the blue Protoss player, Protoss. Where are you from? Vindicator's from Texas, United States, and Protoss is from Seattle. Very, very cool. Not too close to each other, but same country, and therefore brothers in arms. All right, so PvP here. The name of this replay is Friendly Cannons. I'm not entirely sure how cannons can be friendly, but we will have to see. Protoss asks, what city in Texas? Texas is a very, very large state, you guys. It can fit countries inside of its borders. A lot of countries. No city, just country, says Vindicator. Anyway, it looks like we're going to go ahead, and this might be our guy. Oh, yeah. Forging here and Gateway. And then what? But you're going to... What? Okay, cool, I guess. That's fine. So if you'd like to get your cheese game cast by Falcon Paladin, send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with a subject of cheese. Send them to me. I know I told you to send the Into the Void and Mineric Madness games to Sniper Monkey, and that is still true. But I need you to send the cheese to me directly at falconpaladin@gmail.com because I have many screeners I send those to, and it just makes more sense with a workflow that way. Are you going to let this... You're going to let this cannon, or rather this pylon, come up and then the cannon, aren't you? Nah, he's getting a cannon of his own. What are these probes doing? It's fine. You got this shut down. All right, so that's shut down. Little sneaky... Oh, and the recall on the probe. Sneaky probe from Protoss was trying to do stuff. That gets shut down. I imagine PvP is just nothing but watching for cannons pretty much the whole first 5 minutes. Am I wrong about this? Is he throwing up? Man, a lot of stuff here. I just don't know that it's going to succeed at all. Your opponent has their own forge. They have their own cannons. this. This is just wasted money from Vindicator. What's he doing back home? Any gas at all? No, that's a problem for him. It's going to be real bad. And every time a cannon... Oh, you know what? 2 cannons here, though. Does beat 1 cannon from Protoss. But there's a Zealot on the way, and the Zealot's going to help turn that tide quite extensively. So don't chase the probe. Don't... Yes. Kill these cannons. Hurt the cannons immensely. And can you get that one? All right, so that's down. That's down. That's down. And the probes get back to work. So not bad. A little bit late on the response, but overall pretty good. The probe ends up going down there too. The cannon's not very friendly, but perhaps that was a sarcastic label as that cannon dies too. It's 850 resources lost for Vindicator, 50 for Protoss, which is not ideal in the least bit. I feel like asking me about that was a giveaway, says Protoss. Yeah. Anytime you're trying to get your opponent to chat at you, there's a good chance you're cannon rushing them if you're Protoss especially. So we're 3 minutes and 13 seconds into this thing. We're making a Stargate if you are Vindicator. I didn't have to press that key. That's the thing. I do pretty good swapping between Bird War and StarCraft 2 these days for the most part, but man. Just got to click on it. In the Brood War interface, you actually have to hit the W key to bring up this window here. You just have to click on it in StarCraft 2. Anyway, I hope you're all staying safe and healthy with the COVID-19 virus running around the entire world. There's really nowhere that seems to be safe from it at all. Japan seems to have fairly well beaten it. But again, Japan just culturally has a lot of reasons why a virus would not do a good job taking hold in that nation. And they had a lot of amazingly fast reactions to it too. So, I don't know. They're just kind of a... If you're interested in shutting down a virus, maybe watch and see what Japan did. And next time, everybody can do it. Oracle on the way from Protoss. And that might be a problem here for Vindicator. I don't think he's going to have anything that shoots up with the exception of maybe this one cannon. So this one cannon's going to die. Yep, very good. Moving the Stalker back for micro purposes and then moving it back in. And the cannon might kill. It does kill a Zealot, but otherwise it is dead now. And now you can kill this Pylon, probably. And that might just be it for Vindicator. If this Pylon dies and he powers this gateway entirely, I think he might just win. That said, I guess killing probes is good too. It is a double Stargate here from Vindicator, trying to get that up while getting harassed at the front door. Meanwhile, there should be an Oracle out. And it is. All right, so Protoss is sending an Oracle over across the map, trying to see what it can do. Again, this Pylon dying would be fairly problematic, although, I don't know. I guess maybe all the resources maybe are going into the Stargate here. But yeah, if all the attention is at the front door and then an Oracle comes in here and just wipes out this mineral line, I think that's it. I think Vindicator might just be done here. Might just be a really fast cheese. Maybe not really fast compared to game number 1, which was a worker rush. Oh, that's one thing. If you're sending me cheese, don't send me worker rushes unless they're really odd in some way. And that game number 1 definitely fit that criteria, being very odd in some way. That was nuts. All right, so this Oracle is just happily has enough energy, I think, to kill all of these probes. I mean, there's no income whatsoever here. The probes are going to try to fight against Zealots, and they might actually kill the Zealot and the Stalker, but the Oracle is happily up. Oh, another Oracle comes in. All right, yeah, Vindicator is done. 5 minutes, 50 seconds. That is a 16-kill Oracle. Income for Vindicator is literally nothing right now. I guess he has some gas coming in. Oh, he has 1 probe on minerals. That's some exciting stuff. But then there is a Void Ray. Okay. You know what's pretty good against Oracles is anything that flies and can also shoot other flying units, because Oracles can't do that. The problem here for Protoss, well, for Vindicator rather, is that he's down 31 to 8 total workers. Yes, he has a Void Ray. And at this point, he's just got to make Stalkers is the recommendation here for Protoss. He doesn't seem to be doing that, which I'm concerned about. He's making his own Void Ray, and so in fairness, Void Ray does kind of counter Void Ray, especially if you have some shield batteries to fall back to when you're defending, as exactly Protoss does. And that's the trick, right? The only way Vindicator wins this is if he's aggressive and can kill a ton of stuff now. So you defend. You just toss up some cannons, you toss up some shield batteries, you get some Stalkers and a Void Ray of your own. And then when the Void Ray shows up, It A moves right into a pylon for some reason that I don't understand. And here's the thing. If one Void Ray locks onto another Void Ray, it's dead because they have the same move speed. And you can fire while moving, and it's out. All right. That's it, right? I don't think Vindicator... Yeah, he's got nothing left. Corliss ends up winning. That was good. Pretty good hold on the cannon rush. It wasn't the most expert level cannon rush we've ever seen, but the whole point of this cheese is that it's lower level fun stuff anyway. So very good. More cheese? Yeah, I think so. Everdream, the latter edition. I think this is the first time I've cast a game on this map, actually. All right, so bottom left is the Protoss. He's red. He's Fatty Esquire from the Falcon Paladin clan. If you want to join the clan, join the Discord and ask to join the clan. Top right-hand corner, we have the Blue Zerg player. It is Doug Sluggins. With, I think, is that a Homeworld sprite? Or a Mother sprite? Something like that. Something NES era. It's that 8-bit, I believe. Anyway, what are we going to do here? Who's going to be the cheeser in this PvT? Probe moving out. Could just be a standard little scouting probe. We'll see what this probe creates back home, though. Yeah, Everdream. Kind of an interesting map here, to be sure. Feels a little bit standard just for the... There's no back doors anywhere. There's no rocks you really have to knock down. The third base is actually fairly well protectable. I guess the problem is you have to worry about this ramp and this ramp as easy access. You can kind of wall this off, though. It's almost a quick, easy third base for Protoss and Terran, interestingly enough. You have this base way out here that is so far away, it's basically impossible. Probe, the block. The block, let the rage begin. Ooh, the cancel on the pylon from Fatty. And then Doug needs to expand, like right this very gosh darn second now. What's he doing? What's he doing with his money? He's going to proxy hatch. He's going to proxy hatch Fatty. He's going to make... He kind of made Fatty think it was a normal expand, and then it got blocked. And Fatty has no idea. Fatty doesn't know that he didn't throw down one here because he doesn't have any vision over there right now. Incredible. Incredible stuff. This drone is actually trying to distract Fatty from scouting his own main. Get out of there, drone. Don't just die for no reason. There you go. Get out of there. I like what Doug Sluggins is doing. It's got a spawning pool coming up back home. Oh, this is great. This is so good. A proxy hatch inside the Protoss main base is one of my favorite things. Let's see how Fatty decides to deal with this, shall we? So yeah, no worker rushes. If you're a higher level player, there's a better chance your cheese is going to get featured. Like if you're GM or if you're Masters, if it's just better well executed or better defended, good chance. We get a lot of kind of lower level cheese, and so that's good and all, but sometimes it's good to see some cheese that actually succeeds because the player did it really, really well, or was defeated because the defender was a really excellent too. Gas Steel, he really, really is trying to keep Fatty's attention away from this side of his base. And here we go. Can he see this creep? He can. He can see it now. Now, this is so tricky. This is so tricky for Protoss and Terran players to be like, all right, I noticed this creep. There it is. Good timing, actually. He immediately tosses up a cannon here. You need a spine crawler now. You got a drone. There you go. Spine coming up. Creep spread is really problematic here. Cannon behind the front door of the natural base is going to kill that Overlord, which will not supply block Doug Sluggins. He has plenty of supply available. He's got a Roach Warren. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. So he's got a Roach in production. He's got a Ling and a Queen here. Pretty good micro on that Stalker. Stalker's going to try to kill this Queen. Or maybe the Spine, if at all possible. The Queen's trying to get into a place where she can fight the Stalker and let that Spine Crawler get up due to the spine. Okay, unburrow, move it like right here. Yes. No, no, no. Let's protect the other Spine, though. Why would you burrow it right here? That doesn't do a whole ton for you, my guy. All right. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, that Spine's probably going to finish at this stage. You're going to make some Ravagers with these Roaches? I would highly recommend you make some Ravagers with these Roaches. The shield batteries, the cannons, the other shield battery coming up from Fatty. He's defending this pretty darn effectively. Gotta say. No, no, no. Don't attack in range of the... Oh, did he get Burrow? Holy crap, he got Burrow. All right. Well, the Roaches are going to benefit from that quite immensely. Still, I'd recommend making Ravagers at the same time here. They just have more range, and they have Corrosive Bile. Why would you not want Ravagers in this situation, right? Yeah, these shield batteries are probably going to ensure that none of these Stalkers actually die. This is why I like Ravagers. They do more damage. They attack from a longer distance. He's trying to burrow, but there's cannons providing vision here. This is amazing stuff. I think it's held. I think it's held. That cannon's placed to hit stuff coming down the ramp too. The Roach might actually maybe get... Nope, doesn't get any probe kills whatsoever. So it's 29 to 18 workers, 2 bases versus 1 base. And we're done. We are finished. We are at Kaputski. Nope, that Spine Crawler probably never going to get up. Nope, absolutely not. Roaches getting stutter stepped forward on. 2 additional Roaches are here. Yes, they have Burrow, which is fairly fancy. But I would have spent that gas on Ravagers rather instead. Spine Crawler down. And just healing up. Shield Battery been doing some serious work today. These 2 batteries, really the MVPs of this match. If Shield Batteries didn't exist, it'd be a lot harder hold for Fatty for sure. Yeah, Roaches maybe going for one last hurrah here. He's not expanding. I kind of feel like he might be able to expand, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, sure, like 1 or 2 probes are going to die here, which is problematic for your economy. To be sure, if you're Fatty, you don't want to lose probes, but you're still on 2 bases to 1, and you've killed so many Roaches. It is 2,600 resources lost for Doug Sluggins and 800 for Fatty here. So that hatchery, I don't know. I mean, it probably should be being attacked right now, actually. And he's got an observer, so your burrow's not going to help you at all. Where is your god now? Fatty says... You might have actually said that, too. Fatty is a streamer. You can find him at twitch.tv/FattyTV. And, yeah, so the hatchery's dead. One last huzzah of Roaches. And that's going to be all she wrote. Detection's available. The poor Roaches think they're hidden, but they are not. It is a tragedy of the Zerg history. And we're done. It's 58 to 28 overall supply. Doug doesn't even know what to do anymore. His production tab is 2 Zerglings and a drone. Like, he's trying to expand behind this, but there's no way. This is just you walk your Stalkers across the map, or you bring your Immortal, and you win. So I don't do this a lot, but we're going to speed this up. As Doug asks for a truce. I like that. I like the chutzpah on display there. How many hatches do you have? 1. Okay, truce, says Fatty. And then marches in and murders him. Lies, says Fatty. It's not finished. It's a fair point. It is a fair point. That hatchery was not finished. I had one when I said truce. I mean, mostly. Anyway, hearts and GG's all the way around, and Fatty is your winner there in 8 minutes and 12 seconds. That was a fun one. Fun little proxy hatch action there, but responded to exceptionally well by Fatty. He saw it fast. He built cannons. He built shield batteries. He built Stalkers, and pretty much whatever was going to come out of there was not going to be that great. Ravagers, though. I'm telling you, Ravagers. You make 3 or 4 or 5 Ravagers, you Corrosive Bile down a cannon, you fall back, or Corrosive down another cannon, you fall back. If you Corrosive Bile like right here, you can maybe get a shield battery and these cannons all at the same time, which would be awesome. So good attempt, but we're not done yet with this cheese, not by a long shot. Stick around. TVT action here on Zen. It's going to be a pet. Thought that was Peja for a second, but it's just Pej. Maybe we'll call him Peja versus Pavel K. All right, so top right, we have the red Terran player. It is Pej. I don't know how to say that. And in the bottom left, it is the blue Terran player, Pavel K. I can say Pavel fairly well. All right, so no reason for an SUV to come out this soon unless he is proxying. So it's going to be a proxy attack from Pej. Why is that so hard to say? Because JS is a weird sound for Americans. It's a weird combination of letters. Zz. Blah, 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 blah. Pej. Sure, whatever. All right, are you seriously just scouting, though? This trajectory indicates we're just scouting. All right, well, you know what? We're going to show up, see what's going on. All right, barracks at home. Very, very cool. And then, there you go. Weird. That is so weird. I mean, what that should do is it should give Pavel a good indication that something is happening. Because there's no reason an SCV should show up at any time in the last 30 seconds unless there's a proxy happening. It's way too early to scout. So back home, we got barracks. We also have a barracks here. So we're going to do a whole ton of Marines as there's no gas coming up at all. This Terran player is going for double gas from Pavel. So this could be more interesting. Barracks. So we didn't go right for factory. Even though, like, having a tank would be incredible against the oncoming Marine onslaught. I know I tell this story a lot, but one time back in Wings of Liberty, I queued as Terran by accident, and I was like, whatever, let's see what happens. And it was a fellow Terran, and I just proxied like 3 barracks in his natural base, and then just walked 12 Marines up his ramp and won. And he scouted me. He had scouted my base and didn't see anything, and he was like, I should have known. I just thought you were bad. And I was like, well, I am bad. But, you know, proxying can... What was that? Sorry. Oh, a little disgusting. Something got caught in my throat there. I was going to say, proxying can work even if you're bad. Was what I was going for. That was something. All right, so let Marines continue to be Marines. Reaper sees the proxy barracks. Now, what's your response going to be, Pavel? What I'd like to see is a factory. Why do you have all this gas? Is it just for Reapers? Is this going to be like 2 racks Reaper versus 4 racks Marine or something? Something along those lines. Yeah, so this Reaper's like, you know what I'm going to do? Hop right on up into the Terran's base on the other side of the map. This is such a good hop-up spot, too. This is a good map for Reapers. Go, 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 go. You can do this. There you go. Making it on up. And goodbye. Goodbye, all of the SCVs. Are they going to respond to this? Sort of. And it's kind of going to work, but not really. This is the problem, right? Is that the SCV count is plummeting a lot for Pedges here. And that might actually go down for Pavel here as well. So holy smokes, this is turning into a bit of a just everyone's economy is going to die style situation, which can turn into a base race situation. Which in this case, where Marines can shoot up and Reapers can't shoot up, I gotta say, I can't see Pavel winning this. Especially since Pedge is not running his CVs away at all. I don't know where they would go is a bigger question here. All right, so both players' economies are out. Pedge somehow has an SCV alive, but not enough money to do anything with him. He's just kind of hanging out here up by this barracks. So it's going to be Marines. Okay, so what are we looking at here? It's going to be 16 Marines versus 3 Reapers. Yeah, I would say Pedge has won this thing pretty darn handily, especially if we can kill this command center. At the very least, make sure it burns down before we can do anything after it lands. Pavel does have enough money to make another CC. So he has enough money to build an SCV and repair this. On the other side, though, Pedge is just, he's out, man. He's got that 1 SCV, but he has no money. Marines actually coming out to defend against these Reapers. We're a bit back and forth on this, but at the stage where it's 21-5 army supply, I'm going to have to say it's going to go to Pedges here. Really no questions asked. Maybe some questions asked. Okay, now it's 19-1 army supply. Yeah, that command center burns down, and Pedges is your winner in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, that was just a really cost-efficient Marine play there. I'm surprised how many Marines he was able to walk across the map and produce from this one barracks to get all the way up here. So nice job. That's a way to win TVT. Just show up with a bunch of Marines before your opponent has anything. Pavel made way too much. If he was going to just go for Reapers, he just needed 1 Vespene Geyser. 2 was overkill, I personally believe. But that's it for that one. Zen is done. We have a lot of team cheese today, actually. So let's go into one of those next. How about it? This is a 4v4 cheese that was sent in my Discord channel to the Submit a Replay channel. Discord server replay channel. All right, so it's going to be Troisinia between Raven, Lightning, Super Oreo, and Chrono versus Fatty Esquire, bad player, Samacron, and plays badly. All right, so this is going to be weird, you guys. It's a 4v4 cheese. So we've got the Protoss player, bad player. We've got his teammate, the other Protoss player, Fatty. We've got plays badly playing Terran, hopefully not badly, and Samacron, the Zerg player, versus the Raven. He's playing Zerg. We've got Super Wario, the Terran player. We have Lightning. He's a Zerg player. And is that Supergirl? Supergirl spinning logo. Why not? Chrono is Protoss. We're going to go ahead and red versus blue this thing because 4v4 is impossible to keep track of the colors without question. So Raven going for double gas. One base. Spawning pool here. What is that all about? I don't even know. What? Wario just pulled all of the SCVs off the line to chase that one probe. Same thing over here from Chrono. Dude, Chrono, put your workers back. You can't be doing this, my friends. He's doing defensive cannons. He's tossing up defensive cannons. I think Bad Player is going to try to cannon rush here, but he's being absolutely shadowed by these probes from Team Blue. I don't think that's going to work out. Look at these SCVs from Super Wario heading out too. Oh, they're here to deal with the attempted cannon rushing. Fatty's cannon rushing too. Looks like Bad Player wants to make it happen. I'm not sure he's going to be able to. Oh, Fatty Mineral Walk. Okay, Fatty shows up with another probe, though. It's fine. Kill the cannons. You gotta kill the cannons if you're going to make this thing work. No, don't chase the probe way out here. This is really not great. This is not a great response here from Team Blue at all here today. These cannons are going to finish. Meanwhile, Bad Player's probe is not getting anything done whatsoever. Zergling's here from Somicron because he went for a 12 pool, it looks like. And now Lings are going to kill these SCVs, and the cannons are going to help with it too. And this might just be it. Cannon rushing combined with Zerglings. It's an incredibly, incredibly potent combination. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. So Zergling's not quite sure what to do. Maybe going after the barracks a little bit. I suppose. Can the Marines? Oh, jumping on the Marines. The SCVs need to body block. That's what you got to do. Terran players, if you have Lings attacking your Marines, especially in the early game, bring some SCVs out and just meat shield for those Marines a little bit. Zerglings actually have a hard time killing SCVs. Chrono trying to get a pylon up here, but no, that gets denied. Fatty's throwing up a pylon on the high ground himself. Some spines attempting to come up over here, but these Zerglings by Somicron are just absolutely paying for themselves, forcing a cancel on that spine. Fighting straight up against drones because why not? Chrono's not getting anything up here right now. The high ground now belongs to Team Red. More probes coming down, more Lings coming down. Is Somicron even getting speed? He is getting speed. This is just an absolute disaster for Team Blue right now. Yeah, Chrono's trying to get a pylon up here, but I don't see it working out all that well. Good, actually decent reaction time here, I'd say, from Team Blue, but it's just not enough is the problem. I think they're doing the right things, but these Lings are causing huge problems. Somicron's controlling these so well. So well here. I mean, once you have cannons set up between two of your players' bases. On the other hand, Raven went for like a one base. I guess he has a natural base now. But he's going for Hydras. Which, I don't know. I mean, maybe if you have the range upgrade, they're going to be better versus cannons, but they still can outrange them. It's not going to happen at all. So Chrono's down to approximately 0 workers. I can't see that right here, but let's take a look at that. It's going to be two probes for Chrono. And this is enough Zerglings, especially with speed, to get on top of these Hydras and just wreck them. Hydras, good if something else is protecting them. Hydras, bad if they're being directly attacked by pretty much anything. They are the epitome of the glass cannon. Attempted tank on the way from Super Wario, which I definitely support unless it pops out and Lings jump right on top of it and kill it. Yeah, Somicron is kind of killing it right now. Fatty is definitely cannon rushing Chrono into the ground. Chrono is absolutely done. Lightning has this weird macro hatch up for some reason, which is going to die as well. And it's too much. It is way the heck too much. Foul pal. That's incredible. Do people know about the Falcon Paladin clan? Are you guys representing me well out there? This kind of stuff indicates maybe not. But Chrono's done. I'm really surprised Chrono actually talked smack because it seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. Usually the players that are new to the game are quiet about stuff, but no, not him. The Raven's done. I don't know why he hasn't left the game yet, to be honest with you. Raven is all on all of 24 total supply. Bad player, good game. Raven, bad game. If you haven't seen the Falcon Paladin store, go check it out, says Fatty. He's not wrong. It is falconpaladin.store. Somicron throws it up there, too. That's a real thing, by the way. You can go there to get Falcon Paladin styling pillows and shirts and hats and hoodies and all sorts of cool stuff, depending on what the weather is like these days where you are. Depending on what hemisphere you're in, there is something for everyone. Anyway, Lightning is apparently going for a Nidus, which I fully support at this stage of the game because I don't know what else you're going to do with your life. This tank here from Plays Badly managed to get all the way across the map and is helping kill these buildings. I mean, it really comes down to what Lightning is going to be able to accomplish. He's got Swarm Host Nidus. Okay. Okay, this could be interesting, but your opponent has tanks is the problem. I don't know what those links are trying to do. Just no control, apparently. So one base Swarm Host Nidus. He's defending with them. Oh, crap! And, no, Bad Player has a base over here. No, that's fine. That's totally normal. Bad Player is going for Void Rays, which really should be enough to wipe this out. None of this can shoot up at all. Zerglings are trying to kill this Nidus network. Locust DPS is pretty good, but too many Lings. And the Nidus network goes down. The Lings sacrificing their lives to make sure a Nidus network doesn't exist at all. Fatty just building cannons to his heart's content. He's very Protoss. For sure. This tank has 13 kills. By the way, in the meantime, Super Wario has floated his command center alpha. He's trying to do some things. Look, these Void Rays just need to go. Come on, Bad Player. Don't live up to your name. Just move on out. You got Void Rays. Your opponent has nothing, literally nothing that can shoot up except for a queen here. I guess there's a queen now. We're scanning all over the place trying to find where this tank is, and we found it. So we can follow it, but we need stuff that can shoot up is the whole problem here. No, but for reals, Void Ray guy. Here they are. Ooh, they have Flux Veins, too. All right, it's over. Nidus Network. Oh, why would you unload your swarm hosts here? I mean, this Nidus Network does come up from Lightning. Dude, if Lightning comes back and 1v1 wins this thing with a handful of swarm hosts, this will go down as the greatest game of all time that I've ever cast in StarCraft 2, which means it's not going to happen. Yeah, Lightning... you gotta keep your buildings alive, Lightning. Did you just recall? These Void Rays are so fast. They're so fast. Wait. Chrono rebuilt his base. What is happening? How did Chrono do that? Oh. I thought Chrono left. Maybe somebody grabbed one of Chrono's probes and built him a Nexus. Alright, so the remaining buildings are getting picked off. There's really nothing left here for Team Blue at all. I mean, they're kind of sticking around for reasons unknown. Raven's got an extractor up there. Again, Lightning and his 3 swarm hosts are here to conquer the entire known world. And that's it. Fatty, Bad Player, Somicron, and Plays Badly are your winners in 9 minutes and 7 seconds. That was silly. That was definitely some silly cheese. Man, Cannon Ling. Pretty intimidating stuff. And if you follow that up with a tank, oh, it's brutal. All right, good. C'est bon. Let's see what next is. Protoss on Protoss action. On Ephemeron. Top left, red Protoss, Sir Sam. Bottom right, blue Protoss, Vikler. Could be Visler. Gonna go with Vikler there. PvP again is mostly cannons for cheese, but maybe proxies as well. Again, if you want me to cast your cheese, send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of cheese. Again, if you haven't heard about the Falcon Paladin Hour, then where have you been? Just search Falcon Paladin on your podcast app, and you'll be treated to me talking to Somicron about things like TV shows, movies, books, StarCraft 2. We bet on StarCraft matches, well, tournaments. That way, we bet on the GSL. And if you want to know who I chose to win, then listen to the Falcon Paladin Hour. And if you want to know who Somicron picked to win, then listen to the Falcon Paladin Hour. Be there or be square. Ah, I love the music. Really, really enjoying the music here in the StarCraft 2. It's fantastic. We're going to open up Cannon Gateway. This is a very safe opening from Sir Sam. You can toss up defensive cannons against your opponent's cannon rushes before they can even get started, which is incredible. It is not a cannon, by the way, from Vikler, but he's going to go ahead and steal some gas. Ooh, which indicates he has something in mind. Now, that's going to slow down Sir Sam's gas for sure, which means all it can do is make cannons and zealots for some time. What can you do that would be good against cannons and zealots? Like an immortal rush would be kind of cool. But, I mean, this assimilator is going to get taken down fairly quickly anyway. It's not like it's denied forever. I like this. I really do enjoy... Oh, is that off? Certainly is off. Boop, 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 boop. It's not like the cannons are... I mean, not like the assimilator is going to be taken forever here. Ah, Sir Sam, going to cannon rush. Actually behind the gas steal. So what was the plan? Cybernetics core, so 1 gate cyber, double gas. This, you know what would be good is Void Rays. If your opponent doesn't have any gas, they don't have stalkers. And cannons aren't that good, actually, because they can't run, and prismatic alignment is incredible against cannons, especially in the early stages here. So it's a Stargate, man. It is a very quick Stargate. But at the same time, cannons on the way here from Sir Sam. What are we going to get? What are we going to get, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be a lot of cannons versus, I'm assuming, Void Ray. Oh. And a Robo. Maybe for detection? In case he needs it. I don't know why he'd be worried about detection unless he's worried about the potential of Dark Templar, which maybe should always be a concern for everybody in every game where your opponent is Protoss, I suppose, right? Right. C'est vrai. A couple cannons here, zealots up. Still no cybercore from Sir Sam because he's, again, making a bajillion cannons. So Stalker up. Stalker can't kill all of this before it comes up, is the problem for the Stalker. I mean, it's got good DPS, and it does bonus damage versus armored. So, I mean, it's not a bad choice here. You just can't do it all by yourself, Senor Stalker. So, in production, an Oracle, actually. Interesting choice. It's gonna finish, because Cannon can't kill the Stargate before the Oracle comes out. I mean, they do pretty good damage, in all fairness and reality, but at the end of the day, what it comes down to here is that the Oracle's gonna finish. Stalker has been doing some work, hasn't actually killed anything yet, but it's been getting some work done. Oh, I love the Immortal play from Vikler. I love the Immortal play from Vikler here. So the Immortal... build a shield battery right here, and the Immortal just kind of goes pop, 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 and wrecks all this stuff. If the Cybercore dies first, that might be your death sentence here for Vikler. Really? Okay, nice. Cannon down. That helps keep the Cybercore alive for sure. Look at this Immortal just, bah, kabah, kabah. It's doing like 45 damage per shot versus armored things here, which is what these cannons are, is they are armored. But he keeps the Cybercore alive. I think he's going to hold this with his very fast Immortal play. I'm on board here. I really am with this Immortal. Already has 4 kills. The priority... Actually, another Immortal's out. Never mind. So we're going to kill that cannon. We're going to kill this pylon. And Sir Sam's day is complete here. His cannon rush has failed. He killed a single Stargate and depowered the Cybernetics core, and that's it. That's all you got, friends. Look at this. Two Immortals working together on cannons. It's not even fair. Oracle says, huzzah! One last hurrah! Leroy Jenkins! Here we go! Actually, less Leroy because you're not actually dying here. Doing a great job actually shutting down all of the mining at this base, Vikler. So hang out. Yeah, hang out. You just gotta wait for the Oracle to run out of energy here. Just turn off the beam. Ah, very nice. Turned off the beam. We don't see that a lot, I don't think. Oh, that's so good. All right, well, all this stuff is dying for Sir Sam. And Sir Sam can't actually make anything because he doesn't have any money and he has no income. So I think Vikler just won. I think he held the cannon rush with the Immortals. Very nicely done. I love the Oracle. Doesn't use it for base defense. Instead, he decides to use it on the other side on offense, which is what Oracles are supposed to do generally. I love it when you fight dirty, says Vikler. Are these guys friends? Do they have a history together? That'd be interesting. But Oracle needs to start wrecking stuff. Sir Sam cries. Bop, pop, pop, pop. And that's going to be your GG. You can't come back from 13 to 23 workers where most of your workers are hiding. I guess he has a natural. I just realized that Sam has expanded. Good game. Come on, says Vickler. Play with me. Why would you do this? This game is over. I forgot to make a cyber. I mean, that's a decent reason to not continue the game is you don't have a cybernetic score, and that's it. Vickler gets the win. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Again, seems like two friends possibly, but it is red versus blue. And it does feel kind of like a ladder game. Yeah, the Immortals, we're done. We were done. Oracle ends up with 12 very important kills. One of these Immortals, yeah, 10 kill Immortal there, really saving the day from Vickler. And we're not done yet, not by a long shot. Stick with Falcon Paladin, and we'll do some more cheese for your quarantine day. Told you we had more team cheese today. It's going to be a lot, you guys. It's going to be Fatty, Kitty Stalker, and Summacron versus Vekin, Mr. Jazz Hands, and Heretic. I like those names. Whitewater Line, the ladder edition. It's going to be the red Protoss player Fatty, his teammate, who is blue and Zerg. It is Kitty Stalker. I think that's winter. Is that winter? Pretty sure that's a winter look. And then we have a light blue Zerg player, Summacron, with a little kawaii marine in there. Pretty sure that's what that is. Other side, it is the yellow Terran player, Mr. Jazz Hands, with the GG. Then we have Ye Old Heretic, also with the GG. Is this a team? Oh, this is a team. GG, you two easy is the clan. And Vekin, ooh, taking down a clan that's working together in a team game is hard to do. But again, all these players know each other too. Kitty Stalker, Fatty, and Summacron have played with each other before. So this is actually two full teams versus each other in a 3v3, which is not something you see a lot. It's really not. So I'm very interested to see where we end up going with this thing. Barracks, okay. Everybody opening up barracks on team land over here. Mr. Jazz Hands has actually not thrown up a barracks yet. This is proxy. Oh, he's going to proxy it. Okay, he's going to proxy it. On the other hand, Summacron going for the one baser Rooney Summacron. Kitty Stalker has an expansion coming up over here. Fatty is actually going Nexus right after Gateway here, so he's playing it pretty standard, which can be risky in a team versus team situation. In the 3v3, double gas here from Heretic, which indicates it's going to be not just Marines. Double gas here from Vekin 2. And double gas from Mr. Jazz Hands. So what's the plan? At least double barracks on the opening. Maybe some kind of a follow-up as well. I kind of like the early lings from Summacron. Going to move across and see what can get done. I guess while we have you here, quick plug for... What have I not plugged, you guys? Ooh, the Africa World stuff that I cast. The only time I get to cast live StarCraft 2 at the professional level is with Africa World. I'm actually contracted through Africa TV, which is a streaming site for Koreans for the most part, to do Africa World tournaments every 2 weeks, co-casting them with Laughin' Games. He does most of the organization and the hard work. I just show up and cast, which is a lot of fun. But if you just go to africatv.com/laughingames and bookmark that, every 2 weeks we're going to be live out there for about 4 or 5 hours, casting 2 best of 5s and a best of 7 in a little 4-player tournament format. So check it out. Go ahead and, again, bookmark that page. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Africa TV on Twitter. Follow Laughin' Games on Twitter, and you will know when those things are going to happen. Reaction from Mr. Jazz Hands is approximately nothing to this Zergling. I cannot believe this Ling has already a kill. Yeah, these early Lings from Summacron are kind of insane. Actually, they're doing great right now. The Heretic's trying to expand. No, says the Zergling. Mr. Jazz Hands is losing most of his economy. No, says the Zergling. He's got these barrack, but he doesn't have the resources to actually do anything with them right now, which is absolutely brutal. Remember how I said we need team colors? I don't know that we need team colors here. This makes a lot of sense. All the Terrans are on a team, and all the not Terrans are on the other team. So I like this SCV skin. It's the Brood War skin. They can fight pretty well against Zerglings if they stack, but it can turn the tide, okay, fairly quickly into the Zerglings' favor if you're not careful. All right, very, very good. So Fatty's sitting here on 2 bases. He's working on a Warp Prism. He's getting Charge, and he's getting Warp Gate. I'm liking that quite a bit. Heretics expansion has not happened. We're looking at 1 basing Terrans for Team Terran right now. Mr. Jazz Hands is going Master Reaper. Okay. Maybe don't let your Reapers get surrounded by Speedlings, though. How's that sound? Okay, well, they're dead. Nice Kitty 8 charge, though, catching all of those Lings. Whee! That's the sound they make, is whee! Alright, so Mr. Jazz Hands is shut down. This proxy is absolutely killed. His economy is in the toilet. He has 2 SCVs working over here. He can't afford to build much of anything. He is... Actually, a lot of that is queued up in these buildings. So never mind. He has enough money to do stuff if these barracks would survive, which they're not going to. So yeah, I guess 2 basing Somicron now, although he only has the other hatch for larva purposes, not really for income. And yeah, Heretic, there's nothing happening there from Heretic. Vekin is looking probably the best out of any of the Terran players because he still has an economy, whereas Heretic lost a bunch of SCVs, and obviously Mr. Jazz Hands here is seriously hurting. But more Zerglings coming in from Kitty Stalker to assist. And the Hellions, how are the Hellions going to do? I don't know, but Fatty's got some charge loss. He's going to drop in your mineral line if you're not careful. Zergling count is enough to actually pin these Hellions to the side of the ramp and just murder all of them. Okay. And then just warp in a million Zealots in your mineral line if you happen to be Vekin, and all of your SCVs will die. And that's your good game. That's it. There's no way anyone's coming back from this. I understand that Heretic still has a decent economy going for him, but he only has a couple Hellions, and a couple Hellions is not going to cut it versus the sheer number of Lings and Zealots that Team Not Terran have brought to the party today. That's your good game. Vekin taps out. Mr. Jazz Hands as well. Heretic's gone, and Fatty. Oh, it's the Winter Clan. Fatty, Kitty Stalker, and Somicron are your victors in 5 minutes and 51 seconds. Good stuff, man. That was pretty good. Early Lings with the harassment, finding the proxy and shutting it down. Lings with a follow-up from Kitty Stalker, and then the Warp Prism warping in charge lots into mineral line play from Fatty, which is kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before in a Team Cheese situation, so nicely done, Var. All right, very good. Moving on. We're not done. We have a lot of cheese to get through today. Hope you're enjoying it. Again, if you're stuck inside, hit that like button if you're enjoying this. It's going to be good. It's going to keep moving. Ayo versus 0-0 here on World of Sleepers. Bottom left, Ayo. Top right, 0-0. Falcon Paladin clan member himself. Red versus blue. Zerg versus Protoss. Ah, my favorite matchup. Not enough ZVP today, in my opinion, other than that one proxy hatch that Fatty defended very, very well. So what's going on with you guys? Well, I've talked about this already, but I've been working from home for the last couple of weeks. My kids are home from school. They are absolutely ecstatic to be home from school. I hear other parents where their kids are like, we want to go back to school. What is wrong with these children? Who are these children that miss school in March? Honestly, you've been in school long enough this school year to know that you should not be missing it. Anyway, pro block it. Tempt here from AO. No, you're not going to block this base too. Oh, that's so mean. It's only a 1-gas base. Why would you expand down here? These little doodads freak me out every time. I think it's another drone coming in or something. Nope, those little flying manatees, I guess. And the drone decides to heck with it. I'm going to expand at my natural for 0-0. I'm going to get my spawning pool with no gas. That's an interesting tell. If your opponent goes spawning pool no gas, it's probably going to be a proxy of some kind because there you go. If they don't have gas, it's kind of hard for them to defend. And if they're not defending, that means they're on the offense. So, oh, I thought about following that drone. Okay, then you come in and you make it look like you're just scouting around. Look, no problems here, officer. Everything's totally fine in the 0-0 neighborhood. Just trying to make sure you're not doing anything crazy. And then you juke and you throw down a proxy hatch. Then you juke and you throw down a proxy hatch. All right. Well, 0 got the scout off. Oh, never mind. You don't juke. You just throw down the proxy hatch right in the center of everything, in full view of AO and everybody watching this cast. Okay, so we are getting some gas, and by that I mean there's 3 workers on there saturating it fully. I mean, you're making a stock. Oh, Stalker's a bit of a mistake. I think a Zealot is a better choice. Zealot versus Building is actually pretty good, especially because Buildings can't run away. Okay, all right. So we have the proxy hatch up. It's ready to rock. Got our Stalker coming out. He's not paying enough attention to this. IO needs to be 1, pulling probes, and 2, making Zealots. And he's also not attacking the hatchery at all, which is another major problem. He's making another Stalker. Okay, so look at the trajectory of this particle beam. Look at it. It goes over this thing and like around the warp gate or the gateway and then onto the hatch. That's hilarious positioning right here. I like it a lot. Zerglings are here. Cybernetics Core in a spot of trouble. As the English would say, is a spot of trouble. Gonna lose that for sure. Spine crawlers coming up, creep all over your stuff. You can't further wall off because you can't build on creep, which is just disgusting. Holy cannoli. All right, well, this is going pretty well for 0-0. I believe last month I did request more proxy hatchery plays, and you know what? This totally counts. IO did not respond to this well at all. That hatchery is still at half HP, which is nuts that that's the case. These pylons, again, are trying to wall off, but once they're done, it can't be replanted because there is creep here blocking that from happening. I love this sentry sitting behind. It's got some good range. It can do some work here if you let it. But the spine crawlers are hitting. The shield batteries are healing up as best they can. You know what would be decent as an immortal, possibly. Oh, that gateway's being attacked. This gateway's being attacked. Zergling's getting force fielded in here. So this is a pretty chaotic scene, I gotta admit. Man, should this be my thumbnail? But I really like my other thumbnail. We're gonna keep the other thumbnail, but this was a close second. Just know that. For those of you who are wondering. Zealot's kind of getting out here. Okay. Only 1 spine crawler fighting. Zerglings are trying to kill this Adept, and the Adept does go down. It's trying to kill the Sentry, and the Sentry goes down. Okay, Zergling's really good. Really good against both Stalkers and Sentries for sure. Not as good against Zealots, though. My goodness. I mean, not replacing the Cybernetics Core is a problem here. It is 26 to 15 workers, so, like, AO's doing a pretty good job economically. Not really spending the money all that well. Oh, it does have a cyber core up here. I'm an idiot. There's already a replacement. It is depower, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. And then the Stalkers, fully surrounded by Zerglings. And that just feels like GG right there. Right? If you can kill, it doesn't even matter. Rage quit 0-0 is your winner in 5.5 minutes with a crazy, straight up obvious proxy hatch in the front door of the Protoss player's base. Choke, rather. Not his base. I mean, I thought for sure he was going to hide it. I was like, you juke over here, you juke over here, you juke over... No, says Zero. I'm going to build it right in front of everything that AO is not only what is visible to him, but what he is focusing on right now. And the mistake was he didn't take it seriously. This hatchery still lives. He should have brought probes to kill it. He should have brought a Zealot to kill it. It's worth it to lose the mining time to kill this hatchery. You saw what happened. You saw right there what happened. Protoss players everywhere. Take it seriously. It's real scary. Do what Fatty did. Take it seriously. Okay, more cheese. We got more. Don't leave. More TVT action here on Ephemeron, the Ladder Edition. Somebody's proxying, and I think it is going to be Demi here. Top left, Red Terran player Demi. Bottom right-hand corner, it's going to be the Falpal member KMT. Too few vowels in that name for me to try to pronounce it. Is this too slow? Yeah, for some reason, it started off as half speed. Not entirely sure why. All right, so TVT action here. Proxying is a must if you want to cheese in TVT. Proxy planetary fortresses, proxy barracks, proxy factories, proxy starports. And there's the first barracks. And we're getting a second barracks here from Demi. No SCV scout here from KMT. I think he's going to be in trouble, you guys. 1 gas, 1 worker on it, 2 workers on it, 3 workers on it, and SCV scouting here at 17 supply. That's pretty much the best time to scout if you want a worker scout. And if you're a Zerg, if you're a lower level Zerg, consider worker scouting at around 16 or 17 supply. I know the pros don't do it, but they can react to stuff a lot better than you can. It doesn't hurt to know what your opponent is doing, and knowing what your opponent doing is very useful sometimes, such as when you show up at their base and there's nothing. No barracks, no supply depots. Okay, 1 supply depot. No, nothing otherwise. And you say, all right, it's going to be a proxy. Let's go ahead and maybe throw up a barracks here. He's immediately making a Reaper. He's tossing down a second barracks. SCV comes in, and I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to throw down a bunker. Oh, he lifted the barracks inside the house. He lifted the barracks inside the house. And he's making Marines. Fantastic. I love this play. This doesn't happen enough, in my opinion. And maybe somebody who ladders way more than I do is like, shut up, Falcon. This happens all the time. This happens all the time to me. Well, maybe it does, and maybe I just don't know. So Booker coming up from KMT, he's worried more about people coming up the front door. Does he know about this? He doesn't know about this. Oh no, secret proxies are going to ruin his day. KMT is going for double gas. He's tossing up a factory, maybe for a tank or a cyclone or something. A cyclone might not be bad. Hellions might not be too bad either here, but you do probably want to reactor those. But you need a tech lab for a cyclone anyway. Okay. All right. Well, here come the Marines. I don't know how this is held. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, he's got a couple Marines of his own. The SCVs are meat shielding as best they can, but they're getting wrecked. But they are slowly helping to take down the Marines that are backed into a corner. KD8 charge comes up, and KMT recognized the threat was large enough that he needed to pull the boys. It is 21 to 10 workers, but all of the production for Demi is over here. If he loses his barracks, he doesn't have anything else. He's trying to build barracks back home. He's got a ton of resources he probably can't really spend. I mean, if I were him, I would not... I mean, it's not even worth it, man. Just cancel these Marines. Use the resources elsewhere. Having Marines come out of these barracks and instantly die doesn't do you any good. I like that he has supply depots just in random spots down here at the bottom left-hand corner of the map. I don't understand what that is. I mean, maybe float the barracks home. He's going to go for a one last scout with this barracks and see what we're dealing with. And the answer is a tech lab on the factory, so probably going to be tank. Tank Marine here. That Marine is jittering out. He's stuck behind the barracks, can't get out, and then he gets out and he dies. Almost instantly there. That barracks down, this barracks down. Army supply 15 to 3, worker supply 25 to 14. So Demi has a lead in economy, but not in army. And we've seen in StarCraft more than once recently, in the Brood War matches and in the StarCraft 2 matches, if you have more army than your opponent, sometimes you just win, even if their economy is bigger. Like substantially bigger than yours. As we can see, it is here. For Demi, you just got to go, man. You got to go. I know you're hesitating. Cyclone out for Demi. What do we got here? Tank from KMT. So Hellion's going to lead the charge very fast. A Reaper pretty quick too, but not as fast as a Hellion guy is with those 4 wheels. And try to see what we're dealing with. It's a single Cyclone and a couple Marines. All right, I think we can handle that. KMT decides it's not time to go home. It's time to push forward. It's time to be strong. It is time to be brave. You got to wait for the tank a little bit slower. Those tank treads are not zippy compared to the 4 wheels on a Hellion. But I think you can get up this ramp, man. That Cyclone's not going to output that much damage versus the light units. But if you let him just constantly lock onto you and pick you off, that's bad. Yeah, here we go. So tank up. He's not even going to siege. Just bonus damage versus armored here against the Cyclones is great. This is an extremely tight play from KMT. KMT is a Masters level player, or Diamond level at least. So this is a bit of some higher level execution as we can see. He's going to try to take down... Okay, so he cancels whatever was researching there. The SCVs again body blocking for Demi. as we saw on the other side of the map. But the tank fire, focusing on the Marines, focusing on the Cyclones, and that's your good game. KMT is your winner in 5.5 minutes. Fantastic hold, fantastic counterattack and execution to get the win. Ends up winning 2,700 resources lost for Demi compared to 1,300 from him. Army supply 6-14, and KMT ends the game with a better economy. Did he bring... Oh, he brought his boys too. I didn't realize he'd brought his own SCVs. Completely missed that with all the chaos up here. Yeah, he knew. He knew he was all in, and he went for it. What a boss. Sometimes you gotta bite the bullet and take the risk, and you can get the victory. KMT squeaks it out. Excellent. More, please? Yes. This replay is just titled Weird Cheese. And the screeners liked it, so let's check it out. Top right, red Protoss player Fatty. He's been featured a lot today. And in the bottom left, it is the blue Terran player Dran, who is going for the proxy. Yeah, that probe, or rather SCV moving out at this time can't be anything other than that, other than a super early scout at 14 supply. Which again, it could be. It just could be because people do their own thing in StarCraft. There's nothing preventing him from doing whatever he wants here within the game's parameters, even if it's bad. And that's what makes StarCraft exciting. Sometimes things that are considered bad can change the meta. Right? That's something Day9 talked about in one of his recent videos out on his channel. I miss him. I wish he talked about StarCraft more, but he did have a big rant about PvZ and Brood War the other day. That got a lot of love, actually. I hope he does more StarCraft content over the next weeks and months, but basically said that Corsairs were considered a terrible unit in Brood War because they only shot other air units. So what possible use did they have other than to kind of dissuade mutas from happening, which is why they were created, is because mutas were a huge problem in original vanilla StarCraft. And then in Brood War, they came up with answers for each of the races to deal with Mutalisks, including Valkyries for Terran and Corsairs for Protoss. But nobody really made them, regardless. And then Bisu came along, who is widely known as the best Protoss player ever in Brood War, and started making Corsairs to kill Overlords and deny scouting for Zerg and also supply block them. And he single-handedly changed the entire matchup of PvZ by himself by doing something that people thought was dumb. So that's a good example. If you are a legendarily talented player who can single-handedly change the meta of an entire matchup in StarCraft, sure, you can do stuff like that. Maybe you are. Maybe you have that kind of a mind. I don't know. It's a reason to be creative, I guess is how I would explain it. Nice lift, and the probe dies. So we've got it's nothing too serious here, right? Nothing too concerning for Fatty anyway. He sees there's a barracks at the top of the ramp. He sees the wall off, probably just worried about adept shade-ins. And on the other side, it's a proxy, man. He's going for the proxy. Oh, concussive shell marauder proxy. This is not weird cheese. This is pretty standard stuff. And this has destroyed many a Protoss player in its day. So he's tossing up a couple shield batteries. He is worried about the lack of an expansion from the Terran. That is something that sets off warning bells. Either he's bad or he's one-basing it. Oh, okay, we're pulling da boys. We're making like 3 or 4 Marauders. We're getting concussive shell. We're pulling all the SCVs. And we're doing it. Is this probe going to see it? This probe is heading up this way. What did you see? Fatty, tell me in the comments. How did you know this was here? What did you do? What did you intuit? All right, so Fatty's like, okay, we got shield batteries. We have a stalker. That might not be enough. Let's go ahead and toss up 8 additional pylon. Let's, getting warp gate, getting stalkers and adepts and whatnot. This is going to be a really tough hold from Fatty. Anytime you pull all of the boys in a train like this, oh, he's going to mine through this wall. So it comes from an angle that Fatty's not expecting it to. Ah! Dran! Dran had a plan. That's it, man. Your army's up. You're going to wait for that Marine? Heck no, let's go. So he's got 3 Marines, 3 Marauders, and a whole ton of SCVs. And he's just going for this. He's like, I'm not worrying about the natural base. Let's get up here. Let's get you away from your shield batteries. The Artosis pylon depowering all of the warp gates in the main base. These stalkers getting slowed and massacred The SCVs meat shielding as best they can. Kill these probes. Get in there and kill those probes. There we go. Probes are going to try to fight here, and they're actually not bad against Marauders, but the Marines are hitting pretty hard. The Marauders are hitting pretty hard. The probe count is down. Fatty's income is down to 7 probes right now, which is not great, but he still has more income than Dran does, because Dran pulled all of the boys. How many Marauders are left, you might ask? Well, it's 2 Marauders and 3 Marines, and 9 SCVs, and this block right here is actually pretty good out of Fatty. A lot of the SCVs are kind of stuck behind this, and the pylon goes down again. No additional warpins for you. This is what he has, man. It's 3 stalkers with shield batteries. Oh, but the Marauders all died. What target firing? 7 kills, 3 kills, and 4 kills on these stalkers, and that's it. Fatty with the fairly dead impressive hold, I gotta say. And with the rage quit is Dran. Fatty comes out on top in 5 minutes. Woo! Woo! Impressive. Impressive display. They're out of Fatty. He got all of his warp gates depowered. He ended up, all he had were the stalkers. He couldn't make anything else. He pulled back to the shield batteries when he could. He lost all of those probes, which was bad. But he recognized he had his base. And as long as he held on to this, he was okay. So he didn't fully commit into saving this. He tried to repower his warp gates and just barely. We're kind of sort of repowering them right now. But it didn't really matter. The stalker control was great. His probes were fighting themselves. I loved throwing up the pylon right here so that the SCVs were stuck and couldn't really help in that final battle. Great play, man. Fatty's looking good. Looking really good here in this win against, again, not necessarily weird cheese. It's more of an all-in than we usually see, but man, you go for a proxy concussive shell Marauder play off of one base, and you might as well pull the boys, is what I say. Great job. More cheese. I think we have 2 more. Can you believe that? Hit that like button if you're excited for more. We'll be right back. To wrap it up here today, we're going to finish with some ZVZ cheese. Baniac versus Costio. Man, what a couple of names here. On to right in the ladder edition, bottom right, it is Costio. For some reason, pinging his own hatchery, I think. And in the top left, it is the Blue Zerg player, Baniac. Or Baniac, possibly. I think it's Baniac, kind of like Baraniac. Or backwards, it'd be Canab. Not as good. I think Baniac is better. I know I said there'd be 2 more games, but one of them was a duplicate of the previous one I've already cast. So 1 more game it is. Last one of the day. A bit of a longer cast for your cheese. I figured, again, people are stuck inside. So, I don't know. StarCraft helps you get through it, I feel like. Alrighty then. 12 pull here from Costio. We've got ourselves about a 16 hatch here from Baniac. You can hold this off, you guys. If you play ZVZ... You're like, can I hold off a 12 pull if I go hatch first? Yes, you can. You might need to pull some drones to defend it, but especially on larger maps, yes, you can, in fact. So, 6 lings are on the way. Baniac has no idea because he's on the Overlord scouting, because that's what Zerg players do. There's your extractor, and there's your pool. So your pool's on the way, right? And this rush distance is what really keeps you alive. If this was a shorter rush distance, something insane like Steps of War from the Wings of Liberty ladder, which was crazy times. Crazy times. Wings of Liberty maps sometimes. Short rush distance is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, coming on up. Here goes nothing. Got a couple drones in the mix too. Oh, is he going to toss down spines on this? Oh my gosh, he is. Spines coming up. Drone. How did he saw it with his own Overlord. So he's going to kill that spine. And then these lings are a big time problem for these drones. One spine looks like it's going to finish, but he's already got his lings on the way. This is what I'm talking about. You still have time to get your own spines out to defend this kind of a situation. You might have to pull the drones, yes. But if you can hold it, you'll be a 2-baser versus a 1-baser, and you'll be just fine. That said, Costio made a lot of Zerglings. I thought he only made 6. Lies. He has so many right now. He has 18. Yeah. Maybe if your opponent commits this hard to killing you, it's gonna be a hard show. So natural base is going to die. At this point, yes, you should definitely sack it. He's throwing up a spine behind his mineral line. That's going to help him quite a bit. But I think Questio here is going to bring his own spine up the ramp and try to burrow it in range of Baniac's base. Oh boy, this is... So Spine Crawler, good against Larva, because one big strong hit is better than many little hits against Larva because they have 10 armor, which is why you'll see Marines take a long time to kill Larva and Zerglings, but things like Liberator hits and Spine Crawlers and Cannons don't, because they do big-time hits slower. Anyway, okay, all right. It's 16 to 12 workers in favor of Questio on one base. That's slowling versus slowling action here. And, okay, so Spine gonna come burrow. All right, I like that. I like this move from Baniac. He's gonna burrow his before Questios can actually burrow in. He's gonna get some early shots off on it. And actually, he might be able to... Oh, this is losing a lot. Nicely done. How'd he keep Lings alive during that? I'll never know. Maybe because he had speed. Speed gives your Lings incredible survivability. So we're not out of the woods yet, if you're a Baniac. It's still 16 to 12 workers. Questio has a lead, but he's going for a lair on what? Okay, 2 bases now, but effectively 1 base. What on earth? Why would you not make Banelings or a Roach Warren? What are you doing going to a lair? Questio has made a mistake. He had a lead. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw this, you guys. I mean, okay, he's got his defensive Lings out. These guys kind of get chased away. Maybe he's all right. Look, man, the first player to make Banelings is maybe just going to win this game, is what I'm trying to say here. Army supply 14 to 13. Spine Crawler's defending exceptionally well for Baniac, but he needs a natural base because Questio has ye old natural base. Okay, he doesn't yet. It's almost done. It doesn't really count until it's done. It's not like horseshoes or hand grenades where almost counts. Zergling versus Zergling action, and if Baniac is going to engage here, Questio needs to get out. Yeah, a lot of his Lings are already bruised. So Baniac can probably toss down a natural now if he wants. He doesn't quite have the resources for it, but he's going to try. And he's making a Baneling nest. Okay, remember what I said? The first person to make a Baneling nest is probably going to win this game? That's it, man. It's Baniac. What are you doing with this lair? Questio, my friend, mon ami, mon frère, hermano. What is happening here? Oh, he's going for like 2 base Mutalisk? Really? Really? Oh my gosh. Defending Ling Bane without Banelings is nigh impossible. It is nigh impossible. If Questio can hold this without Banelings, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might name this Cheese Compilation featuring Questio because holy crap. Yeah, so this is... Yeah, there we go. That's the Baneling hits you're looking for if you're a Baniac. So the Queens are dead, which means the drones are dead, which means the Spire's never finishing, which means Baniac wins. Yeah, dude, if you're going to do this, if you're going to go for the crazy like early attack and then rush to Spire, like make a Baneling nest in there somewhere, because this is going to happen. And there's a GG. Questio is a gentleman and a scholar, and GG's out of there. Baniac is your winner. Doesn't have a natural base yet, which is hilarious. But yeah, first person to make a Baneling nest wins. Sometimes that's how ZVZ works. All right, well, it's after midnight today on the 25th of March when this is posting, which is hilarious. I usually run with about a week buffer. But for cheese, I don't do that. And so hopefully nothing goes wrong with the conversion of this video and the upload, because that'd be sad and make me a sad panda. But that's going to be it. That's going to be it for a bit of an extra longer cheese compilation for the month of March, rather. March 2020. My brain really wanted to say January there for some reason. It's late. My brain is not doing well. March 2020. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. Feel free to check me out on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /falconpaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.